This is the Lenovo Duet Chromebook. This is my very first Chromebook, so I'm not too sure what I'm expecting out of it, but let's give it a go. Let's do this! What's going on, everyone? It's Tay with Spectacular Gadgets, and let me first start this off with the specs. I've had my fair share of laptops, desktops, MacBooks, tablets, iPads. This is my very first Chromebook, and I'm pretty excited about it. So we'll set this off to the side, and inside of this box, we'll also set this aside. This is probably where the keyboard is. You have a manual that they give you. You also have inside of this box, they have the black charging brick, which is Lenovo branded. Then inside of this box, you will have the Type-C to 3.5 millimeter adapter. There's no headphone jack on this Chromebook. And then they give you the charging cable Type A to Type C for your charging needs. This box contains the keyboard and the back cover of the Chromebook. So as you see here, gray keyboard. And then you also have the back cover. But we'll get to that in a second. I want to go ahead and set up the Chromebook first. So let's go ahead and take a little tour around the Chromebook. And as you see here, this is the bottom. And this is the piece where you will go ahead and connect the keyboard to. So you see the connector pins there. And if you go ahead and turn it, you will see the Type-C charging port. You only get one. And then you have a textured power button and your up and down volume keys. And I do like that blue at the top. So the back, you see Lenovo, and this actually looks really sleek, really nice. And you have one camera on the back. Taking a look at the left side is pretty much clean and free of any ports or buttons. The top features the speakers, there are two, as well as the microphones. Taking a look at the back cover, sort of feels like jean material, but at the same time, it does have a nice classy look and feel. This is where you would go ahead and position the device once it's attached. And then attaching the device to the back cover is as simple as bringing them together because of the magnets. Now, once I did that, I did notice that it did add weight to the device. And then remember, you got to get your finger in there in order to position the back flap so you can adjust the device as you need to. Easy peasy. Now, next up, we have the keyboard. And so here is the keyboard. The keyboard is actually pretty light, and here's where you would attach it to the bottom. But you have some Lenovo branding, and actually, wait, let me show you the keyboard of my Microsoft Surface Pro. It's the 7 that I have, and they actually look very similar as far as how they attach with the flap on the top, and then magnetically it attaches to the bottom. Of course, the 7 Pro keyboard is larger, and then I have more space to go ahead and put my palms. But there you have them side by side. So attaching the keyboard, just like the back cover, you just get them close and they attach, but it does not adjust like the Microsoft Surface Pro. So you only can have one type of position for the keyboard. And then another thing, as you see, it doesn't stay closed. Here you have the Chromebook already powered on, and it's going through what it needs to in order for it to set up. So we'll wait patiently, and all right, we already have some things popping up. So it does have Google Assistant. So it already can recognize my voice off of the previous devices that I already have. So we'll go to next, connect to your phone. Okay, introducing a new way to navigate with gestures. So this is touchscreen. So you can either use the keyboard or you can go ahead and touch the device as if it was a tablet. So for $300, you're getting some good features. Okay, I'm all set. Now I'm going to make the most of my new Chromebook. So I have a few options off to the left, and you can go ahead and directly get into where you need to if you go ahead and press that. But I actually want to go ahead and close this window down so I can see this thing. The display looks nice. The trackpad seems a little laggy at first use, so probably try to get used to that. And let's see what are the options that we have. So if I press here, it partially brings the shade up. It's telling me to keep going, I guess, if I want more apps. But if I swipe, because remember I can use my finger, which is oh so cool, I can see what is already pre-installed on the Chromebook, which is all this. Let me go back into the apps and take a look at the camera. I could imagine that people would be using this for Zoom meetings and schooling, and the front-facing camera actually looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and flip it so we can take a look at the rear. And let me get a shot and position this so I can take a shot of the speaker. The shutter's pretty slow, and let's go ahead and take a look at it though. And what do you guys think? The front camera to me is more important than the rear because this is where you'll be doing your Skype calls and everything. So let's take a look at how it turned out. And look at that, portrait looks good. Fun fact about me, my absolute favorite keyboard is the Microsoft Surface Pro keyboards. So right now I'm going to test out the keyboard on this Chromebook to see how the keyboard feels and how it types. Mind you, I am behind the camera. And the keys are smaller, but they feel good. The key treble is decent. And this seems pretty, this is a go. So now we're gonna go ahead and test out audio and video. This is the Daewoo Tyvo Max. It's a 40-watt premium retro pixel Bluetooth speaker. I got this off of Amazon for $169. You may find it a little cheaper on the Daewoo website, but let's see what this speaker is all about. The only thing left to do now is let's listen to how well this speaker sounds. My audio and video test has taught me two things. The display is great for watching content, but the speakers are not so great. They don't get too loud. They're not the best. Keeping the price of the device in mind, I think that you do get a bargain with this pickup because not only do you have a back cover, you have a keyboard that is included in the price, so it's nothing extra that you have to step out and buy. You can also install most Android apps, but not all Android apps. And if you can't install the apps, it'll actually let you know that it's not available for this device. I said all that to pretty much say this. I can totally understand why this device is selling well and why this device is so hard to come by. Most of the time, if you try bestbuy.com, the thing is out of stock, and on Lenovo.com website, I didn't even see it. It just says coming soon. So this is going to be able to handle like your normal, not so high involvement type of things, Zoom calls, Skype, little writing assignments, watching content. That all can be totally done on this device. It's not too big and bulky, doesn't take up too much space. And the battery life on this device is pretty darn good. Well, that just about wraps it up for this video. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to chill with me as we go through this journey. And until next time, everyone, I want you all to have a spectacular day. Later.